Hello and welcome, or welcome back. Today, I'm going to share with you my French bakery house skin. Whenever I was designing this particular house skin, I didn't want to make one very large restaurant with a bunch of different rooms because I didn't want that one, themed restaurant with a bunch of different spaces that represented different rooms that you would see in a restaurant. I decided to go with 4 different entities, and whenever I was trying to figure out the type of spaces, I thought, what would I see in a city? Because this particular house skin made me think this is what you would see in a city in probably somewhere like Europe, where they have the older style type of buildings. I decided that I wanted a coffee shop really that had pastries, because I think that the number one thing that pulls people into a establishment like this is the coffee, and then the pastries are second on the list because we are all addicted to our coffee. Whenever I was designing this space, I wanted to have my bar and then a couple of little private areas for seating, just like you would see at a coffee house. Then over in this area, I know that whenever I go to a coffee place in the city, they always have one of these nice large vats full of fresh brewed coffee, and some places offer like free refills, and since this is Dreamlight Valley, I decided everybody gets free refills. What I'm going to do while doing this tour is I will try to go into each corner of each room, and whenever I go into the corners, I will do a quick little spin around so you can see what's in each space. Then at the end of my tour, what I like to do is I like to go into the aerial view, but I always wait until the end whenever I go into each room to do the aerial view because sometimes my game crashes. You have a cute little seating area over there, and then the vine wall to separate those 2 different little spaces. We have a nice little seating area right here. I always find that there are couches in these coffee shops, and I was going for an upscale kind of light academia hipster vibe whenever I was designing this space. I think that I accomplished that. And then over in this back corner here, I put this cute little trash bin because you will always have trash bins located where your customers can throw away all of their trash. I tried to make this quite realistic, and I think that I kind of accomplished that. I really like all the different views from all the different areas whenever you walk around, and I'm quite happy with the way that this turned out. Let's go into this next space. Alrighty, when I was designing this space, I was going for a hipster style brunch type of an establishment with coffee as well. And these again represent different types of shops that you would see in the city. So yes, these 2 coffee shops are competing and they are competition with one another. They offer different things. So this would be more of a sit-down restaurant where the pastry and coffee shop is just grab and go or eat in if you choose to. So this is our little brunch restaurant. And then I did 2 more little waste trash cans over here in the corner, although it's one single individual item. And I really, really love these. I thought that they were just so perfect, and they really, really represented something realistic that you would see in a coffee shop. And I do want to disclose that the lighting is a little bit off. I don't know why, but I'm having such a serious issue with the lighting in all of my builds. I don't know if everybody else has noticed this. I know it's a glitch and Gameloft is working on fixing it. Unfortunately, they have yet to fix it because I'm still having severe issues with all of the lighting, but it's mostly correct. I had to go in and move a couple of things around because some areas were over bright and other areas were too dark. But all of these little brunch offerings I think are pretty appropriate. I kind of, whenever I was designing these spaces, looked at all of my recipes, and then I chose what type of a space to design based off of not only the recipes, but the access and availability of different decor items. So I knew that I had all of those coffee machines, and then I knew that I had all of these seats that I could put along a window, which you would see in a lot of brunch places and or coffee shops, because I couldn't couldn't get these window seats in my coffee shop, I decided to, in addition to the coffee shop, make this brunch location. And it does feel very hipster, and I dressed up my mannequins to also look like hipsters. I hope that you enjoyed this space as well. I know that I have used quite a few premium items from the Star Path, but I don't think that I have any purchased premium items in here, although I haven't purchased moonstones ever. I earn them always from doing the Dream Snaps challenges. I typically get 4,000. I'm very fortunate and appreciative and happy that that exists. Look at these lights. Look, why are those not lit up properly? It's just so weird. Okay, let's go into the next space. The next space we're gonna go into is in the back here. If anybody watches any of my other videos, I have a full speed build on this pizza parlor because you would definitely see a pizza parlor in a city, especially a European city. Pizza is very, very popular over in Europe, and they have some of the best pizza. I just absolutely love the way the Europeans do their dough. It's light, it's fluffy, it's airy. It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. It's cold.
So this is my pizza parlor. It is kind of like a grab and go, but it is a sit-down restaurant. It's supposed to be casual, not formal dining, and I'm hoping that I accomplish that with the items that we have available to us. But again, if you want to see the speed build for this pizza parlor, it is a separate video on my YouTube channel. I've never linked a video before, but I will figure out how to do that, and I will link it in the description below. And if you want to go and watch that, feel free to, but if not, at least you get to see what the pizza parlor complete looks like. Oh, and then I did forget in that video to put my mannequin in. I now currently have a mannequin in, and it's literally a man, a man that can. Yeah, my husband does all of the cooking, so hey babe, I love you, thanks for all the cooking. He's not gonna watch this, but it's fine. All right, to the next room. And then over here on the right is the last and final room. Welcome to my market. This space in here represents how I imagine a small city corner store and market would look like in Disney Dreamlight Valley, of course, not in real life. And I really, really love that this space feels very rustic still. Whenever I first designed it, I had the beautiful white walls in here that were in the first space we were in. I can't remember the name of that particular wallpaper. And the space felt very fancy, upscale, and sophisticated, but I wanted it to feel a little bit more rustic because of these items right here. These items here are brown, right? And then we have this little table here, which is also brown. I have my pillars, which are brown. They're columns. The Corona columns are Corona pillars. And then all of these items over here are brown. Because all of these items were brown, I really wanted to pull that rustic feel through. I think that this works. I'm very happy with the way that it looks. I know it is quite busy. In this particular space, I'm going to try to go into each and every corner because it is very, very busy and very detailed. I do want you to see how all of these spaces look. Even though the lighting is really off, I tried to fix it. I restarted my game. I did the jump forward 12 hours, backwards 12 hours a couple of times. I went in and out of the castle, restarted my game again. I played for a little bit. I played in the daytime. I played in the nighttime. I did all of the tricks and hacks. And over here, we have another mannequin. I think that the mannequins make this space feel very lively and lived in, a little bit more realistic. And I do like that they do kind of bring my decor to life because it makes the narrative more, I don't know, it kind of makes it more realistic. All right, and then over here, I use a little hot cocoa stands, and then I just put coffee beans on them like you would see in a grocery store, how they always have the nice fresh coffee bean displays, and they always smell so good. So good. So we have this over here, and then of course I do have a cashier sitting at the counter over there, ready to check everybody out. And then at the very end, I will zoom out so that you can see an aerial view of all of these spaces. And then back over here, I do want you to see, so one cool thing about this game is I do love that certain items clip, and I know that a lot of items, they don't want to intersect, so you can't put them in places where you're like, hey, there's a big gap. Like, I should be able to squeeze something in. And I know we all want to make the grid smaller, but that being said, with this potion cabinet, look what I did over here. I don't know if you guys knew this, but on the back wall here, when you put an item, it shows in the potion cupboard. So I wanted it to look as if there were items in addition to the potion bottles in here. So I stuck these items in there, and I do like the way that it looks. You can test it out, try it out. I know that over here it looks a little bit weird that it's clipping like this, but I couldn't move those potion bottles up any higher, so I had to do it that way. But that's probably one of my favorite parts about this build is actually these clipped items right here. I love those right in there. I don't have anything stored in there. I never store stuff in my premium houses because I would never find it. But if I had a bunch of excess of something, I guess I always could. Alrighty, so now that we've seen all 4 of the spaces, let's go and do an aerial view. Alright, here is an aerial view of the coffee shop and pastry shop combo. I just wanted to make sure that I do an aerial view of all of the spaces so that you all can see what is where. How many mannequins I have if you're curious about that, all of the different lighting, all the different things. And then I love to do built-ins with the cabinets, as you can see here in the top right-hand corner. This is the overhead view of the breakfast slash brunch restaurant. This is more of a casual sit-down affair. And then, of course, the other one was grab and go, and you could dine in if you choose to. But this space actually has servers, so that's why I put a mannequin over at a table over there, because I wanted it to kind of look as if a waiter was waiting on the table. This is the pizza parlor. Casual. Nothing too fancy, but still a little elevated. It's no college pizza, but it's dine-in, so we thought we would make it a little kitschy over here in Allie's Valley. And the reason I really love decorating interiors is because I play on the Switch and the item limit of 3,000 is fully and completely maxed out. I don't get to truly express my creativity with the decor whenever I am designing exteriors, and because of that, well, I really like to do this to interiors. Okay, next space. Okay, and then here is the last space. This is our little corner store slash city market. And it is rustic with a little bit of an industrial feel, although it could be more industrial with a little bit of a rustic feel. You'll have to tell me in the comments below what you guys think. But I had so much fun decorating this. I think that this is one of my first maybe 10 house skins that I decorated. I don't remember anymore. I don't even know where this idea came from. I don't know if it was an original idea I came up with or if it was a design that somebody else had a little bit of a layout of and I was inspired by. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this helped inspire you, whether you want to use this layout or these different colorways that I chose to go with, or if you just like the aesthetic that I have using the windows and floors that I've chosen with some of the furniture. I think that there's an endless amount of possibilities that you can create something incredible and beautiful yourself. Thank you so much again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, of course, just give it a thumbs up. And if you have any other recommendations or suggestions or requests, please leave them in the comments below. And if you do like this video and you want me to make more of them, please let me know in the comments below. It's very inspirational. Those couple of comments I have received, it's definitely inspired me to make more videos, and I will continue to make them as long as I continue getting good and positive feedback. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye, guys.